This has become an all too familiar scene for many residents in the village of Washingtonville, who once again found themselves dealing with flooding from the Moodna Creek. It was another wet and wild weekend in Washingtonville as the combination of heavy rain and melting snow brought the Moodna Creek over its banks and into the yards of residents in the village's low-lying areas. Wendy GORCZYNSKI was lucky. Her house on Route 94 doesn't have a basement, and she didn't get flooded. But that doesn't mean she wasn't worried.
It's been a little hairy. It's the water was up about 5-6 feet in the backyard, and it came around the sides. It's a little intimidating to see the water because it's, even though you know it's in the past what it's done, it's when you see 5-6 feet of water in your backyard, it's a little scary.
Next door neighbor NAOMI FIGUEROA was also counting her blessings while keeping an eye on the floodwaters. She was grateful to have electricity, heat, and hot water, and she says this wasn't as bad as in years past.
Last year I lost my oil tank, I lost my furnace, I lost my water heater. So now my oil tank is in my garage, and so is the water heater. My furnace is attached to the ceiling, so it's got to get up there again at least 6 feet in order for it to shut down.
The Washingtonville homeowner with the biggest headache may be NAOMI's next-door neighbor. Deb Sewell is staying with her mother because her house is an island. She may not be able to return until the weekend. And while she's getting used to flooding problems, she'd like to see a long-term solution.
I think they should have dredged it and made it deeper, but nobody did anything. And so we suffer down here because none of these houses here will sell. I mean, nobody's going to buy houses like this. We're just stuck.
With no school in Washingtonville today, these kids were free to find enjoyment at the submerged Little League fields. Opening day for the league season is April 6th. This morning, league officials checked out the scene, and they're hoping for the best.
And before they can even attempt to maintain the fields, they have to clean up first and assess the damage.
And they can't even do anything. They can't even see how much damage is done until the water recedes to see how much clay we lost. And this is just an ongoing thing here in Washingtonville. We really, honest and truly, we just really need new fields someplace else.
Because we were supposed to have equipment handout yesterday.
Hopefully Wednesday we can get started with that, so that the kids can get their pictures taken, and then we can go from there.
And get, if not Little League gear, scuba gear.
We're thinking about a water polo league.
And even though she needs a boat to get to her house, Deb Sewell was still able to think positive.
But when it's not flooding, it's good fishing, and I like to fish.
Unfortunately, now you might have fish in your front yard.
I'll catch them.
In Washingtonville, Tracy Baxter, Record Online.